premiere production of Ladies of Liberty by Bo List. I'm all messed up. I'm your host for the evening. My name is Tim Davis. I'm the, what am I? I'm the coordinator of theater at Bluegrass Community Technical College, and I'm the director of this production and most of the shows at BCTC. And I'm really, really appreciative that you all came out on a night when they canceled Halloween. So, but we're having it here, so thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. Real quick, and I will make this brief, I want to just give a big shout out to the folks here at the Downtown Arts Center for being such gracious hosts and such wonderful, they treat us like family here. They really do. They're all so helpful. Tom and all of the staff, please give them a big hand. I also want to say thank you to ABC 36, to Jack Patty, who had me on the radio this morning, and to also to the Herald Leader, who did a story on us. If you run across that story in cyberspace anywhere, click on it, because more clicks leads to more arts entertainment, and that's what we want, right? We want that, yeah. So thank you to Kevin Nance and the Herald Leader for doing that. We really appreciate it. Real quick, there is one 15-minute intermission between Acts 1 and Acts 2. Act 1's running right at about an hour. Restrooms, I think you know where they are, off to the left here. Also, I think Alfalfa will probably be open, or they might just be closing up by that point. I'm not sure, but if they are open, go patronize them, because they're awesome too. Also, if you have one of these here cellular devices, if you would take a second to get rid of it. They didn't have these in the 1940s. So take a second to, you don't have to get rid of it, but perhaps turning it off would be great. I will tell you that we are going to have, our show is being entered as a participating entry to the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival. We participate every year in the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival. I've been working with that organization for over 20 years. We participate every year by entering our shows as associate or participating entries. We're the only community college in the state of Kentucky that does, and we're one of the only few colleges and universities in the entire state that does. And we're very proud of that. But as a result of that, we needed to have video footage. So you'll see the wonderful Miss Stephanie Fitch, who is our film coordinator at BCTC. And our good friend Pastor Mitchell is in the audience taking some photos for us as well. So pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. And I want to thank y'all publicly for coming out and helping us with that. We really appreciate it. We depend upon the kindness of strangers, as we always have. So if you just want to give money to our program, talk to me at Intermission or afterwards, and I will tell you how to make donations for our BCTC Foundation and to our BCTC Foundation. And is Eric Seal in the house? Hi. Hey, you want to stand up? This is Eric Seal, everybody. That's my good friend Eric. Because we depend on the kindness of strangers, men like Eric Seal, who have helped us out greatly in the past, I'm going to help him out. Let him give a plug for something going here next week.
Next week here at the Downtown Arts Center is the world premiere of Sapphire Heights, which is the winner of this year's Women's Writers Conference playwriting contest. It's our first international winner, a British playwright Anna Wright. And 5 years ago, despite the fact that we had a sold-out run with our then winner of the Women's Writers Conference, we didn't get enough clicks. And so we didn't get a story this year. So, if you enjoy theater, if you enjoy supporting the arts and world premieres, please think about supporting the Women's Writers Show, opening here, running November 7th, 8th, and 2 performances on the 9th, a matinee and an evening. Thank you, Tim.
And if it's an Eric Seal production, it's got to be.
It's absolutely one of the best.
Good.
That I've done.
All right, I think that's everything. I don't think I forgot anything. There is a dedication in your programs, if you'll look. 2 things. All of the shows this semester I'm dedicating to the memory of my mother, who passed on this past June, and I've decided to dedicate all of my shows this season to her. My mother was very instrumental in pushing me into doing what I do today, and I miss her greatly. And she would have loved this piece because it was her era. And also, we also wanted to also make a dedication to our good friend Ed Desiato, who just passed away. Like Bill Rogers, never met a person he didn't like. Ed was a wonderful guy. So this is for the both of you. Sit back, relax, laugh loud because it's funny, and enjoy Ladies of Liberty by Bo List. Thank you.
World War II. For hours, days, and months, during this period, a woman and child become Stalingrad's defender against furious, increasing Nazi sky and land attacks. The destruction of both these factories is unending.
Good morning, Smitty. Did you take out the trash in Studio A? Did you wipe down the books and microphones in Studio B? Did you feed Mr. Tackett's goldfish? You better go do that. I'll finish up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And this is from my January 11, 1944 fireside chat. Ladies and gentlemen, today I sent my annual message to the Congress as required by the Constitution. It has been my custom to deliver these annual messages in person, and they have been broadcast to the nation. I intended to follow this same custom this year, but like a great many of my fellow countrymen, I have had the flu, and although I am practically recovered, my doctor simply would not permit me to leave the White House and go on.
Are you quite finished there, Mr. Roosevelt?
I'm so sorry, Mr. Taggart. I was just cleaning, and I wanted to make sure the microphone was...
Relax, relax. You ain't fired or nothing. I'm just showing our guest here around the station. Miss Dubray, meet our cleaning lady, Margaret.
So pleased to meet you. You must call me Celeste.
Excuse me?
Margaret's what we call a hysterical upchucker. She gets nervous, she throws up. She's happy, she throws up. She meets famous people, she throws up.
So pleased to meet you, Mrs. Dubray. Not to worry, dear. I get butterflies in my stomach too on occasion. And sometimes those butterflies drink gin.
Margie's all right, Miss Dubray. Good at her job. She knows how everything works. Last year, Chip Larry had a heart attack. She had things running a whole hour before another station manager could get here. She may look like a Jap, but she's from Korea.
Not every Japanese person is an enemy to America, Mr. Taggart. I hold no prejudice toward the Orientals or to anyone else.
Whatever you say, lady, just let me know we run a tight ship around here and we're red, white, and blue.
Well, there are other colors, Mr. Taggart. What was that you were reading, dear? Oh, my.
Yeah, it sounded like one of President Roosevelt's fireside chats. Yeah, January 1944, State of the Union. Blockbuster rating.
I'm so embarrassed, Mrs. Dubray. I'm such a fan of yours. Are you on the new show?
Yes, I play the wife of the leader of the Mighty Men, Mr. Mark.
Mighty, Mr. Mighty.
Yes, I play his wife, Mrs.
Mega Woman, she's playing Mega Woman.
Oh, that's so exciting. I've seen every movie of yours, even Kiss of a Stranger.
Even? Was something wrong with Kiss of a Stranger?
Oh, no, Mrs. Dubray, but some people, I mean, not
You
every...
can say it, Margaret. Kiss of a Stranger was not universally good.
Oh, but I liked it. Leslie Howard was so proper and handsome, God rest him. But that was 3 years ago. Why have you done that?
All right, then. Don't you think maybe Studio B might need a little tidy up before the news hour starts?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Taggart. And so sorry for throwing up because of you. I mean, not because of you, because I saw you. I mean, I'm so sorry. I just get so nervous because I've always wanted to be in movies and radio, so whenever I make a movie, a radio,
Thank you, Mom. Studio B, please.
Charming girl.
And she'll settle down once she gets used to you, once we get the show going. In the meantime, welcome to Studio C.
There's some very satisfying symmetry to ending my career as I began it, in a radio studio.
Your career ain't over, Miss Dubray, just shifting gears.
I'd say returning to radio after a decade on the silver screen is a significant downshift, Mr. Taggart.
Downshift, maybe more of a detour.
I got my start on the Canada Dry program back in '32. Jack Benny over at WJZ. Radio seemed so enormous back then, and well now look at me whining when I've got a perfectly good opportunity in front of me. It could certainly be worse. I could be on the vaudeville circuit getting sawed in half in the Catskills.
How did cousin Willie got cut in half once?
Was Willie a magician?
Nah, just a clumsy lug who got unlucky at the lumberyard. So, here's the rundown. Same schedule as Mighty Men, same slot and everything. We meet every morning, Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m., read through the script. Carl, our writer, takes some notes, see what works, what don't, gets retyped back in your hands by 4. Then we rehearse with the Foley, which is also going to be Carl because of budget cuts. Then perform live, 5:45. Sundays are off. 6 days a week, thousands of families will eat dinner entertained by you and ladies are living.
It's not exactly Orson Welles in the Mercury Theater, is it?
No, this ain't no Citizen Kane, so don't get your hopes up. But what we lack in quality, we more than make up for in quantity.
I understand and appreciate the opportunity. I believe we're being watched.
Oh, as Miss Smitty, janitor, been here as long as I have. He got hurt in the war, the last war. He never spoke since.
He's been looking at me since I arrived at the building.
Oh, he wouldn't hurt a fly. Go on now, Smitty. Floors in the lobby need being looked at.
Well, he seems pleasant enough. Remind me, what was the name of my character again?
Megwoman, glamorous and elegant white fountain, Mr. Mighty.
Oh, yes, Megawoman is somehow endowed with supernatural abilities.
Yeah, she's electric. I forget exactly what she does. It shoots bolts out of her hands or something. Zap, zap.
Best not to go swimming with Megawoman, it sounds. Or anything intimate in a marital sense.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. I'm not real into science. So anyway, you and the others are the wives of the mighty men. They're all off when you're fighting Nazis, leaving you all to fight the bad guys and keep the house neat and the home fires burning and all that.
Will Megawoman have time to prevent espionage and keep the furniture dusty?
You better. Our sponsor's Cleano soda. Anyhow, consider this home.
Well, you own a lovely facility, bud.
Oh, I ain't the owner. That's Mac Crowley Smith.
Max Crowley Smith owns this station? The Max Crowley Smith?
Manhattan's mystery millionaire. Keeps to himself. I never even met him. About once a year I get a note that says do this or do that.
Sounds very hands-off.
Hands, feet, and everything else. I don't even know what he looks like. He could be Margaret wearing a dress and a wig, far as I know.
I never saw Jimmy Stewart again.
It's hilarious, Mr.
All true. Swear to God. Celeste. You're a sight for sore eyes.
Woodrow, you're not still wearing out that old Jimmy Stewart story, are you? It's neither amusing nor accurate.
It was true once, but time in retelling it maybe a bit out of reality a bit.
Jimmy is a perfect gentleman and everyone knows it. Besides, you've never even met him.
You're right, Celeste. I'm just a washed-up vaudeville has-been day player. But I got a good ear for gossip. Put it there, bud.
Good to see you, Woody. Glad this all worked out.
Me too. This will be fun. Doing my part for the cause and meeting fresh new talent.
Eh?
Speaking of, this is Betty Dennis, fresh off the USO.
Hello there, Betty.
It is such an honor, Mrs. Dubray.
Oh, please, call me Celeste.
Okay, Celeste. I'm so sorry. I get so giggly when I meet someone famous. It got so bad that on tour I had to be sedated every time we had a show because there was always someone famous, whether it was Martha Ray or the Rockettes.
Well, Betty, you haven't grown up on or near me, which is a big step up from my last introduction in this room.
I see you've met Margaret.
It was brief, but memorable. Betty, what role do you play?
Oh, I play the wife of Captain Courage. She's a sweet and innocent newlywed by day, a crime-fighting spitfire by night. They call her Made in America.
Oh, very clever.
You get the pun? Made in America? Sounds like someone's been made in America, huh? I can't with that one. Do you hear it? Made in America, huh?
Yes, I hear it, Mr. Taggart. It's deafening. What about you? What role do you play?
Basically all the male characters. Good guys, bad guys. I do it all.
The draft's taking most all of our best actors. Good thing Woody's available. Man of 1,000 voices.
Influenza ran through my whole cast of Dr. Faust this last year. So I had to play every role myself. No one even knew it was the same actor.
Well, that must have been exhausting. It's a good thing we have them. The war will just have to do without us.
Are you not eligible for the draft, Mr. Lyman?
No. As it turns out, medical deferment.
Why? What's wrong with you?
Well,
Oh, I'm so sorry. That is none of my business.
it's okay. I've got a bad foot. The heel.
Oh, yes. Like Achilles himself. Oh.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lyman. I shouldn't have said anything.
Not to worry. And please, call me Woody.
You're okay, Woody.
And what are your powers, Betty?
Oh, well, I was raised in Wisconsin, so most of my experience is in making cheese. In fact, when I won Miss Lafayette County, the song I sung was all about the difference between cheddar and Swiss.
I meant your character. Her powers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think she's really strong and fast.
Made in America is a good old-fashioned, corn-fed, Midwestern farm girl, and she can throw a tractor a half-mile.
And I can milk the cows, wash the dishes, fold the laundry, and change the diapers in the blink of an eye.
So myself, I'm apparently electrified.
Did you commit a crime?
Not electrocuted, electrified?
Oh! Like a light bulb.
Celeste, more like an eel.
You'll be glad to know that I've changed my ways.
Not all of my hope.
All right, folks, this was fun and all, but Mr. Bray and I have some business to do and some contracts to sign. If you all make yourselves at home, we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Hopefully the others will be here by the time we get started.
Betty, it will be lovely to work with.
Likewise, Mrs. Dubray. I mean, Celeste.
Not a girl.
This way.
Woody, you were so kind to write me while I was away. Your letters cheered me so. I'm forever grateful.
You're my friend, Celeste. It's my pleasure.
I can't believe I get to work with Celeste Dubray on my very first radio show. Well, not first. I did appear a few times on the local stations promoting the farm during the cheese festival.
What do people do at a cheese festival? Eat and sell cheese?
How did you know?
Holy crap! I didn't know we were going to be working with a real-life movie star. Did you know we had Celeste Dubray on the skit?
As a matter of fact, I did. Hello, Lotta.
She looks different in real life. Shorter than I thought she would be. Well, the camera adds a few inches, they say. And a few pounds.
What's your excuse, Lotta? Cake frosting.
Oh, very funny, wise guy. I'm just naturally generous with my proportions. Oh, look who else we get to work with. A genuine, bona fide colored lady.
Lotta!
That's what she is. Isn't that what we're supposed to call you people? Colored? Or do you prefer Negro?
I prefer Shirley, actually.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Shirley. Woody Lyman.
It's nice to meet you, Mr. Lyman.
I've actually had the pleasure to hear some of your recordings. This is a far cry from the opera, I'm afraid.
Well, a job's a job, and I'm grateful for any opportunity to be heard, and radio does that better than anything else.
Hi, I'm Betty.
A pleasure, Betty.
Gosh, I've never really ever worked with it. Well, what I mean, I've hardly ever seen it. Well, where I come from, Wisconsin, We don't have very many.
Opera singers?
Yes, opera singers! I've never worked with any opera singers before.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
So, what's-see? Celeste Dubray is back in the business. Does that mean she's back from the loony bin?
The loony bin?
Mrs. Dubray spent several months in a nice, luxurious spa. There's no loony bin about it.
I ain't never heard of no spa where you ain't allowed to leave. This spa had padded walls and men in white coats and everything. Oh, no wonder she's playing the electric lady. She's been shocked so many times herself.
Now, it's not nice to spread rumors, Lotta, especially being so vulnerable to them yourself.
I ain't ashamed of nothing I ever did, or no one I ever did neither. If people's gonna talk, I say, let them talk.
Well, they certainly do talk.
Is Lotta short for Carlotta?
My real name is Mildred. Mildred Bender. But they call me Lotta because I'm a whole lot of work. Do not be jealous because I am so witty.
Someone's gotta be. With that Oscar Wilde then and all.
Will we get to see any of the mighty men today?
They've all shipped off to Europe.
Oh, it seems like the war's almost over. It's a shame they keep sending our boys.
Well, it ain't over till it ain't over till it's over. Ted and Myron are off to the army. Dick and Philip to the Navy. You remember Philip, I trust?
Oh, yeah. Real well. We collaborated a few times, you might say.
Well, I'm sure he's enjoying his time under General Patton a lot more than his time under Lotta.
Oh, you better watch it, mister. You are not the only one who knows the score around here. You better be respectful. Now, I am going to go meet Ms. Dubray. You be nice while I am gone.
It's always easier to be nice in a room once Lotta's left it. So, Shirley, what role do you play?
I think I'll be playing most of the lady villains. Like you, I have a lot of voices up my sleeve, and they'll be lent to the bad guys.
Those are the best roles, aren't they?
The job's a job, but yes, they're more fun.
You know, in medieval times, the only plays were religious ones. And people would compete to play the devil because he was more fun to play than Jesus or the angels.
There may be pleasure and vice, but there is heaven and virtue, Mr. Lyman.
I couldn't agree more. I'm just trying to figure out how to have pleasure in this life and heaven in the next.
I'm a Lutheran.
Well, I guess we all have to be something, don't we? This is Carl Hiller, our writer and Foley artist. He's written everything from Amos and Andy all the way to Sherlock Holmes.
Hello, ladies.
It's so nice to meet you, Mr. Hiller. I'm such a fan of Amos and Andy.
Why, thank you as one tries, as you can imagine.
Don't you just think Amos and Andy is the funniest? What am I thinking? Of course you like Amos and Andy. You're a Negro.
Actually, I prefer Sherlock Holmes. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
What's a Foley artist?
Pardon?
Well, Woody said you're the writer, the Foley artist. Do you paint?
Oh, no. I do the sound effects. We had Andy Tilliter doing Foley on Mighty Men, but he got shipped out. Then the budget got cut, so I've been pulling double duty for a few months now. Do you need to hear a door open and close? Voila! Do you need to hear footsteps following you down a dark alley? Presto! Car horn? Let's go further.
Neato.
And if you need the sound of bluster and hot air, we just pull Bud out of his office.
Hey, Bud keeps food on my plate. I don't make jokes about Bud.
That's no fun. So, what's the plan for today? Are we live this evening?
Read through your notes today, work out the kinks tomorrow, then a regular schedule starting Monday.
Somebody said kinks.
It's her magic word. It summons her. It's like rubbing the genie's lamp.
Hey, no joke. Once I did rub the genie's lamp.
Really? What happened?
I gave him 3 wishes. Sorry. Carl, who am I playing on this thing? Bud never told me.
You accepted the role without knowing what it is?
I got another magic word for you. It's paycheck.
Well, Lotta, since you're such a firecracker, we created a character for you called Bombshell.
Ooh, bombshell! I love it! Who else but me? I mean, who else but me could play a character named Bombshell?
All of you ladies are bombshells in my book.
Yeah, but who else but me has got the Purple Mountain Majesty, if you know what I mean? The Rocket's Red Glare, if you know what I mean.
Maybe if you stopped eating all those amber waves of grain, the rockets wouldn't glare so much.
Ah, very funny, wise guy. You know, I turn plenty of heads. Maybe not your kind, but maybe the right amount of whiskey.
Lotta.
I'm joking. A kid, a joke.
This is Josie Crick, Bud Secretary.
I'm so sorry you started an interview.
Has a way of just appearing.
Good morning, Miss Hamilton, Miss Dennis, Mr. Lyman, Miss Bender.
How did you know my name? How did she know my name?
I know everything. Now, each day I will hand you your scripts, and every day you hand them back to me. Your names will be on them, and we will know if one is missing.
So, what womaness us?
We run a tight ship at WHIS. Some people find that uncomfortable. We make few mistakes, we're accurate, and we deliver our product on time.
Product? Why? Josie, you make us sound like an automobile, or a hairbrush, or a hamburger.
If there are differences, it's not my job to see them.
Still, I'd like to think we give the public something with greater cultural value than a Coca-Cola or corn nuts.
Ketchup!
What's that?
Ketchup's a product. You were listing examples.
I was, wasn't I? Good, Betty. That's a good one.
And it goes with hamburgers! So it all ties out nicely. Oh, and it's making me hungry. When lunch?
Noon sharp. Back to work at 12:30.
Well, in my last gig, I got an hour for lunch.
Your last gig, you were fired, and one before that.
I was not. That is not true. How did you know that? How did she know that?
I know everything.
She grows on you.
Yeah, like a rash. She gives me heebie-jeebies, that one does.
She reminds me of someone, but I can't think of who.
I think Dorothy might have dropped a house on her sister.
No. I think it's Eleanor Roosevelt.
For me, it's Kaiser Wilhelm. But I'm a bit older than you.
Who's Kaiser Wilhelm? Is she an actress?
Okay, boys and girls, we all here. Let's get this show on the road. Hey, looks like we got a full house.
Well, if you will excuse me, I have to go make a royal flush before we get started. Royal flush.
Delicate. Like Egyptian silk.
Okay, everyone, Josie gave me today's draft. I'm really excited about this.
Mighty Men was a big hit. We know you'll be a big success too. The Superman show's doing great, and they don't have a Wonder Woman yet, so we think we can corner the market on women at home, cooking and cleaning with the ready one. Who knows? If it hits it big, maybe we even keep it on after the war.
Why don't we just do a Wonder Woman show, since she's already famous?
We want to keep the Mighty Men brand going, even if it's just their wives, till the men are back anyways. Plus, another station's already working on a Wonder Woman, and my pal, Ed Cowan, who runs it, says he'll rip my nuts off if I ever even think of stealing her legs.
But, please, there's women present.
Oh, sorry, ladies. I didn't mean nuts. I meant, shit, I'm not used to working with a bunch of guys.
You know the rules. That, ladies and gent, is a swear jar. Anyone gets caught swearing in any of the studios, off the air anyway, adds a nickel. End of the month, we empty the jar and get drinks around the corner at the P&G.
What happens if we swear on the air?
You find a job somewhere else. Up there tells you if we're live or not. So mind your manners.
Well, I promise that won't be a problem with me. My mom once had to wash my mouth out with soap for saying, "Gosh darn it!" I've been clean as a whistle ever since. Oh dear. I wonder if that counts. Do I know a nickel?
I think we can let that one slide.
Lotta may need to be paid in rolls of nickels rather than a check, just to keep up.
And she better not. She's no one good for her.
Oh, Blanche. Oh, yeah, I do my business quick. I once had a chance of not winning any underpants. Wink, wink.
That's enough of that, Lutta. You ain't doing burlesque no more. It's a family show is what it is.
I will be sweet as a pussycat from here on out. Yeah.
Fine. So, let's hear it for the first ever Ladies of Liberty on Radio WHIC. This is just a read-through, but give your all. Is everybody on page 1?
Yes.
Okay, everyone. The tone should be triumphant, grand, big, bold, American. Everybody ready?
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Oh, the first time can be very scary.
Oh, it's like my mom says, just lay back and think of Queen Victoria.
Lutta!
Sorry, last one. I promise.
Go, Woody.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Clino presents the Ladies of Liberty.
Then we'll play the theme music, something brief and pre-recorded. Something like... Go, Woody.
With the mighty men on a secret mission to fight the menace of the Axis powers, it's up to their wives, the Ladies of Liberty, to keep the streets safe from evil and crime, and a warm and happy home waiting for the heroes once the war ends.
Cue thunder, maybe gunfire, we're not sure yet.
As their husbands ship off, their wives bid them a tearful goodbye. They are Captain Courage's beautiful new wife, made in America, strong as 50 women, capable of stopping a runaway train, and folding 1,000 diapers a minute.
Goodbye, dear. I'll miss you so.
Also, Colonel Rushmore's buxom bride Bombshell, who can fly through the air and explode her way through any barrier. Also, she's a fantastic cook.
Toodaloo, darling. Come back in one piece. I'll have a mouth-watering brisket hot on the table when you get there.
And Mr. Mighty's glamorous better half, Mega Woman. With her megawatt smile and electric personality, she commands the powers of lightning and gets the kids tucked into bed every night by 8 p.m.
Farewell, my dearest. Destroy the Axis and return home safe and soon. Tommy and Patricia will miss you dearly.
Good, good. Now, since you're the Ladies of Liberty, I cap off the intro with a little something borrowed by that big green lady in the harbor. Go, Lotta.
Give us you're tired, you're poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free.
The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me.
We lift our lamp beside the golden door.
We are the Ladies of Liberty!
What in goddamn Jiminy Christmas hell?
Bud, tone it down.
Me and my damn Brooklyn mouth. How many was that?
2 and then 3. 15 cents for the swear jar, Bud. Cough it up.
I'll pay up if I can find it. Anybody got a candle or something?
That is not a candle. I am just happy to see you.
Damn it, Lotta. If I could see you, I would slug you.
You touch me, and I will send you it the next Tuesday, and you know I can do it.
And that's another 5 cents, Bud.
Damn it. Hell!
I'll see if I can jimmy it back on.
What's going on? Should we be concerned?
This kind of thing's been happening for a month. Last week we were radio doc a good 5 minutes. Lost a sponsor and everything.
Oh.
Thank goodness.
That wasn't too bad, now was it?
That's what you can expect when you trust a bunch of Jews to wire your building, huh? What?
But we're in mixed company.
Come on, that mean nothing by it.
That's fine, but Carl's Jewish.
I wouldn't have said it with Carl in the room.
Still, you...
Still what? What is this still? What, we got any other Jews in here taking offense? I mean, do we? Celeste?
No.
Betty?
She's a Lutheran.
Lotta? Lotta, you a Jew?
Oh, Church of England. I was trying to remember the last time I was actually in a church. I was either being baptized or conceived.
Guys, I was just fooling. Why is everybody so sensitive? Anyhow, I'm gonna go check and make sure that blackout doesn't screw anything up on me. Let's take 10 and try and lighten up a little, huh? Jeez.
He's a real pig, you know that.
I know. He and Porky were separated at birth.
She just swoops in, don't she? Like, drag.
We need the studio for a special broadcast in a few minutes. It's time to clear out.
What is it? Something in Europe?
Yes, not what you might expect. Mount Vesuvius has erupted, been preempted by a volcano.
Oh, volcano! Are we safe?
Mount Vesuvius is in Italy, Betty. We are many miles away.
You know, I had a hot dog for lunch called the Mount Vesuvius. Oh, and now I'm starting to see why. All this talk about eruptions make me think I'm gonna do it myself.
Didn't you just go a few minutes ago?
My digestive system is how you say breath.
All right, let's go. I'm back to the studio in 5 minutes.
Speaking of Italy, finally hits me who she reminds me of. Mussolini.
Is that a type of spaghetti?
You okay?
Oh, I will be. I need a moment.
You don't have any family in Pompeii I don't know about, do you?
No, it's not that. I'm just having my spell.
Ah, casting spells now, are we?
Oh, just pleasant ones. I'm a good witch, you know, not bad.
Yes, I've known that for a long time. I think this will be good for you.
I hope so. I remember my radio days fondly. It's just not where I thought I'd be at this point in my life. You know, I auditioned for Gone with the Wind.
I did. And I think it's a crime they cast Hattie McDaniel over you from Adam.
Be serious. It was for Melanie.
That part I didn't know.
Yes. It was between me and Olivia and a few others. I was not a finalist, as it were, but I came close. A year or so later, watching that film, seeing someone else play a role I wrapped my dreams around, well, I couldn't help but wonder if all there was to look forward to was disappointment. I didn't eat. I didn't sleep. And then I had my first breakdown. And then a second. And then well, you know this. Mine certainly isn't where I thought I'd be at this point in my life.
Are we ever? I'm here for you, dear. If you fall, I will catch you. We will catch you. Yes, Smitty? What is it? All right. Mount Vesuvius. We're on our way. Cheer up. There's no volcano erupting in New York City. We've got a new job, new friends, old friends. Why, Miss Melanie? You know what Miss Scarlett would say if she were here?
I'll never go hungry again.
No. Tomorrow is another day.
Oh, wow. That's horrible.
Vessels of all types, slip off the waves in growing numbers. And the real beat sounds over the land. Being intent on training, on growing fit for whatever destiny holds ahead. Heroes, everyone. Heroes by the millions. Men who abandon home and vocations that they may be ready to defend democracy if necessary. Sturdy of body, firm in spirit, seamen, marines, soldiers, and flyers. Like you were speaking of me,
So, ladies of liberty, time is running out. Choose now between saving that family and sinking the U-boat that's circling the Navy destroyer. Time is wasting.
We won't be playing by your rules, Swampira. The ladies of liberty can be in 3 places at once. And Dr. Jankowski and his children didn't make the long voyage all the way from Germany to escape Hitler, only to be thwarted by the likes of you. The clock's ticking, girls. We only have a few minutes. Quick, bombshell, fly over the bay and sink that U-boat with one of your bombs.
How will I find it?
Locate our American ship, and the evil Nazis won't be far away.
You got it, Mega Woman.
Quick, made in America. Run as fast as you can around the burning house. Perhaps you can create a cyclone that will extinguish the fire.
Made in America is on her way.
The jig is up, Swampira. My team will save our fighting men on that ship and Dr. Jankowski and his family. And the secret plans he's been keeping from the Nazis will be turned over to the best scientists in Washington. Now, as for you, it's time to get you out of this disgusting cellar and introduce you to a very good friend of mine, Justice.
You fool! I have laid traps for your friend.
What? No!
Yes. You see, I've sent my sinister, snaky servant to wait for Bombshell and Made in America. The Navy destroyer Bombshell is on her way to save is a Nazi ship in disguise, waiting for her to get close enough to shoot at. And the family that you're trying so hard to protect isn't in that house at all. It's filled with enough explosives to blow Made in America to kingdom come. You fiend! Now, Mega Woman, it's just you and me, face to face, at last.
Not so fast, villain!
Dr. Jankowski!
You escaped? Impossible!
We escaped the clutches of Adolf Hitler and the Third Reich and made it all the way to America in a vessel I built myself with my wife and children. We are very industrious.
Curses!
The quick, Mega Woman, shoot the water with your electricity. Swampira is wet and will be electrocuted.
Thank you, Doctor. The power of science wins again. Now, Swampira, the doctor's right. You're all wet.
Yes, but Swampira always keeps a trick up her sleeve.
Mega Woman, watch out! She was hiding a death ray behind her back.
Say your prayers, Mega Woman.
We'll see who's quicker on the draw. Shield your eyes, Doctor.
Oh no! Swampira's subterranean lair has collapsed! And visit Mega Woman. Could she have survived? Mega Woman, are you there? Is it possible that Mega Woman survived the collapse of Swampira's secret lair? And where is Swampira? Will Bombshell fall into the destruction of the evil Axis powers on the disguised Nazi ship? Will Made in America inadvertently fan the flames surrounding the hidden explosives? Will Dr. Jankowski's invaluable plans make it to the generals in Washington in time? Find out tomorrow on the spooky Friday the 13th of April on the next
Ladies of Liberty!
And that's a wrap. I'm sure the audience just thought Made in America was rattled by the squid is all.
I hope so. You'd think after a year of doing this, I wouldn't get so tongue-tied.
Ooh, I was literally tongue-tied once. It was with hopo marks on a Zeppelin. Or maybe it was Zeppelin marks under the hops.
Lot of shame on you. You are making that up.
I swear to God, it was one of the Marx brothers. They have tongues like cobras.
Betty, you did very well today. You should be proud of the work you did and of ridding the world of that spirit.
Ooh, speaking of calamari, who is up for Italian for dinner tonight?
I'm game.
Me too. How about around the corner at Little Rome? My treat.
Oh, look who's Mr. Moneybags tonight.
A check came in the mail today from a gig I did a few months ago. It's not a king's ransom, but it'll buy a nice cast dinner.
This is very generous. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Is it unpatriotic to eat foreign food with the war going on?
Perhaps, but Giuseppe and Lucia have been here for over 30 years. I'm happy to give them my money, as they're as American as you or me.
They aren't as American as you or me, silly. They weren't born here.
Well, sure they are. Becoming America is like losing your virginity.
Lana!
No. Roll with me on this. You see, once you lose your virginity, you ain't one no more. It doesn't matter how long ago or who it was with. First you was, and now you ain't.
Vulgar metaphor, but I think I get it.
My metaphors do not need your approval, but thank you anyway.
Script, please.
Sorry, Mr. Black. Hey, it's just that you're just so.
Yes, and have been since I was a child.
And when was that? Half past never? How old are you anyway? How old is she anyway?
A lady never reveals her age. Script, please. Thank you. And Mrs. Dubray, Miss Bender, Miss Dennis, this costumer is here in Studio A. Kindly report their fittings.
Even the way she says please and thank you, ice cold. She is like a cactus in winter. Frigid pricks.
Josie said something about fittings. Fittings for what?
Our costumes.
Costumes.
Our Ladies of Liberty costumes. What else would we have costumes for? Halloween?
But this is a radio show. Nobody sees us.
Don't you remember? Bud's got you booked for the opening of a brand new department store in a few weeks. The Ladies of Liberty will be promoting Seymour and Seymour's super savings.
Seymour.
Don't you remember that Broadway costumer taking our measurements last week, dear?
Yeah.
Well, what did you think that was for?
Well, I didn't know. I just thought he was being friendly.
Well, he did spend a little more time around in the bus area than I thought would be necessary, but can't blame a guy for looking. Oh, and his drawings for me are real swell. I've got these missiles on my shoulders and glasses with special targets on them. And you look like Margaret swallowed the American flag and threw up stars and stripes.
Oh. Well, you play so many characters. What role do they have for you? What costume do they have for you?
Well, I won't be making an appearance. They just want the three of you.
Oh, I see. Didn't realize there'd be anything in person.
Are you worried about wearing a costume because you're pregnant?
Excuse me?
What? I thought it was obvious. I mean, not like you're showing or nothing, but you got that new glow that pregnant moms get. Whatever it is.
Betty, is this true?
Yes. Yes, it is. But Lana, how did you know?
I was raised in Brooklyn, but I spent the summer in upstate New York on a farm for unruly youths. I was always good at looking at cows and piglets and finding out which one was expected and how big the litter was going to be. My dad said it was like the Midas touch, only for cows and piglets, not gold and, not that I'm comparing me livestock. Oh, I'm going to shut up now.
Oh, dear. It's going to be okay, no matter what. It's all going to be okay.
No!
Jeez.
I'm unwed. My family's 1,000 miles away. so charming and sincere and lovely, and he walked me home. And he asked if he could come upstairs to my apartment. And I shouldn't have said yes, but I did. And he told me he was on his way to the Pacific in the morning, and he didn't want to leave the States without having the touch of a woman. And well, I'm a woman! I thought. And it seemed like the least I could do was to be that woman for a service. You see, I'd had a lot to drink that night. A lot more than I realized. And when I woke up the next morning, well, he asked me. He asked me.
Yes.
He asked me if I was a professional! And I said yes because I have a job. This job. I'm a professional actress and radio personality. But I think he meant it a different way. Because when I woke up,
Uh-oh.
he was gone! And he left $20 on my nightstand!
Is $20 to go and raise his head? What is nothing? I'm curious.
There was no need for you to say any of that. This is hard enough for her as is.
What? I thought that everyone knew.
We don't all share your psychic gifts, I'm afraid.
What now?
What is it? Are you all right?
No, I'm not all right.
What's wrong?
Bud says there's got to be changes.
Changes? To what? The show?
Yes.
What changes?
Well, he gave me a list.
A list? That thing is as thick as the Great Gatsby.
You don't even know who the Great Gatsby is, do you?
Of course I do. I saw him once on the flying trapeze.
Carl, what is the point or the gist of these changes? Our show's a hit. What more could he want?
Bud says the show should be more... You see, he wants the show to be more...
More what? Spit it out.
More ladylike.
Ladylike? The cast and characters are almost all women. How could it be more ladylike?
Exactly.
Hey, Carl, thought you were done running off. And there you are, the talent, eh? Congratulations on another successful week. We've been on the air just over a year. We already got 4.7 Crosley rating, eh? Not bad. That's as good as the Mighty Men was doing after twice as long. And today we got our 20,000th fan letter. We have a hit show on our hands.
If we're such a hit, you want to tell them what you told me? What's in these notes?
Sure. Had a little chat with our friends over at Quino. Loved the show, they said. Better than Superman, they said. Better than the Lone Ranger.
But
But what?
I can. It sounds like there is a but, and I can see a but from a mile away.
They want a few adjustments.
Define adjustments.
Well, the war's winding down. It seems to be, anyways.
Yes, that's a good thing.
True, and it looks like the Mighty Men, the actors anyway, might be back a little sooner than we might have expected. And now, don't get me wrong, we like the show. We ain't made up our minds yet about whether it stays on or not once the boys are back, but in the meantime, seems like a good time to switch gears, you know? Something more feminine, more attractive,
More ladylike. Yes, we heard. How do you propose this?
Well, Lada, for instance.
What is this Lada, for instance? I am ladylike. Crap! I am the ladies like gal. You are around here.
Lana, shush! Is there something wrong with the show? Is anyone complaining?
Look, everybody, Mighty Men was a big hit, and it helped us sell a ton of shaving cream and Dapper Dan. With you Liberty ladies, we got a lot of women listening, and some men too. When the boys come back, if we keep this show on, we're going to have men listening to them and women listening to you. So that means we got to focus this show on selling soap and hair stuff, cleaning hoo-ha, you know, beautification.
We already spent half the show cooking and cleaning before the bad guys even show up.
Clino thinks it would be better if there was even more about the home life. Fun times with the kids, gossip, squabbles at the hairdo place. I don't know. I'm not into that writing stuff. That's your job, Carl. You know your job?
Yeah, Bud. understand my job. Can we at least wrap up what we've been doing these last few weeks?
Nah, I told him we turn over a new leaf first thing tomorrow. No more swamp lady, no more politics, no more Nazis, no more foreign
Come on,
adopted.
bud. Give me the weekend. I can do it tomorrow and Saturday. Then on Monday.
The answer's no. I gave them my word, and Clino gives us money. Eh? That's how this works.
But it's an important story, bud. We have people in Germany and Poland and all over trying to get right here, just like the Jankowskis. When they beat one part, the doctor's a hero, and his family gets to stay right here. They pull one over on Hitler.
Our audience don't want Hitler. They got Hitler. And every broadcast and every newspaper, they're tired of hearing his voice and seeing his ugly face. It's too heavy. You're serving them Brussels sprouts. They want them in meringue.
No, we're serving them good old American apple pie, and we do a good job of it. Listen, there's people in America, New York even, that have family over there, trying to get right here. And I know this is some silly hero show to sell soap flakes or whatever, but we have the chance to say something with our stories, and I think we should.
I hate to break it to you, Carl, but no story ever solved no problem or ended no war.
You'll excuse me saying so, but stories are the only things that solve problems and end wars. What does the owner think?
Mr. Smith? He never met him. He never even talked to him. But I know he's got bigger fish to fry in this 15-minute puff parade. He trusts me to run the station, so I run the station. Look at it this way, Carl. It's a creative challenge, eh? It's time to change things up and get ready for the mighty men coming back. Who knows? Just might give your work more dimension.
More dimension?
Come on, bud. Carl's been writing shows like this for over 20 years. I think he deserves more than to be told that his work lacks dimension.
How about the unemployment line, Woody? How's that for dimension?
I'm not trying to be difficult. It's just that we've built you a product that could
If you're not trying to be difficult, then don't be. You may recall I had to pull a few strings to get you employed here, eh? Don't blow it.
I'm a team player, bud. You know that. I'll do whatever you need.
Anybody else got a sudden burst of artistic temperament they want to share, huh? Miss Hamilton?
I have no complaints.
Good, because it wasn't easy getting a colored hide either. I was only able to slide it through because you sound white.
I understand that. A job's a job. And I'm grateful for the work.
Celeste, what do you think of this?
What do I think?
Yeah, what do you think of this? You're a real actress, eh? No offense. You gotta have an opinion on this. Not that it matters, but I'm curious.
Well, you're right. It's a fun show. A silly show. A cartoon. Sponsor wants to buy them, we should do as they say. That's our job.
Thank you. Lila, you've been quiet tonight. Got an opinion on all this?
No, bud.
Refreshing! I like it. Now look, I understand you all got your attachments. Creative people always get attachments. Frankly, it'd be easier to work with actors less talented than you. But still, this is the new direction to... I gotta go see what this is, but as far as I'm concerned, this is case closed. Carl, you can work on tomorrow's show. It'll probably take a while, so I'd like to see a draft first thing, eh? As for the rest of you, chin up, all right? Listen to Celeste. She's right. I'm right. Go home, get some rest, and get used to the idea you're going to be giving your audience more of what they want, eh? Trust me.
I'm gonna skip out on dinner, I think. I think I just remembered a half bottle of Jack Daniels that needs my attention. I'm gonna need it from the right 15 minutes of beauty parlor gossip by tomorrow.
Carl, this will all blow over.
No, it won't. We'll just get used to it. I know what a chain of command is about. We'll do as told. Ladies.
Lotta, you okay?
No.
What is it? What's wrong?
What is the matter with you?
What do you mean?
You had a chance to speak up for what we do with her, but you didn't.
Yes, I did. Our employer told us the terms of our employment, so I said what I
said nothing. But you call us cartoons. Like what we do here doesn't matter, does it? Well, yeah, maybe not to some highfalutin Hollywood gal like yourself, but for some of us, this really matters.
I don't know how things work in vaudeville or wherever it is you come from.
I don't work in no vaudeville, Miss Prizzy Pants. I've been in movies. I paid my dues.
Be that as it may, what we do here is, well, it's Liz Estrada, not Medea.
What in the ever-loving hell is Liz Estrada or Medea? Yeah, I know, it's a swear. I know.
Listen, we're working actors, and we have a job to do. Bud provides that job, and I, for one, am fine with him dictating the terms of our employment. If Clino wants it more domestic, and if it's within my power, then that's what Clino gets.
And what if Clino wants you to stick your snitty news up your backside? Not a swear. Crude, yes, but not a swear. And anyway, I got no more nickels.
You're taking this far too seriously. For the love of God, Betty lifts refrigerators over her head. You fly through the air, dropping bombs like an airplane. Surely as some sort of snake woman, I don't even know what I do, really. These characters aren't people. They're cartoons.
That's easy for you to say. You don't got people over there trying to get here.
Do you?
Well, no, but Carl does. Carl's got aunts and uncles and cousins all just trying to survive with a shot to get over here. Not that you would know anything about that. You're not Jewish. You don't have family getting rounded up and their stuff taken away and killed. Do you?
Are you Jewish?
That has had nothing to do with nothing.
I think it does. Are you?
Yeah, I am. Not that it should matter.
Why didn't you tell us? Why have you kept it hidden? I mean, really, what was it you said all those months ago? Church of England, really, Lotta?
And what am I supposed to say? Hi, my name is Laura, and I'm a Jew. Should I wear a badge like they do over there in Europe? So everyone knows?
Of course not. That's foolish.
Not so foolish, Celeste. Not that it affects you not being Miss Episcopalian 1945.
Really? Congratulations.
No, Shirley, there's no such thing.
I don't know what white people do.
Lotta, if we knew the truth, we would have been able to come to your defense. There's no sense in hiding being Jewish. I mean, it's New York. There's Jews everywhere.
Oh, we're going to talk about hiding things? Has the topic changed? We're talking secrets?
Now, Lotta, this will all blow over. Just calm down.
Calm down? Has anyone in the history of being told to calm down actually calmed down? No. And no. I will not be lectured by you of all people about hiding who I am. And you know what I mean. Laura, and don't go butting your head into this. I don't take lectures, but nut houses neither. And as for you, don't you ever talk to me about secrets. What everyone knows that in real life, Woody's secret identity is Captain Fruitcake.
Lotta.
Yeah, Captain Fruitcake. How about this? The Scarlet Sissy. Or maybe Pansy Man.
Lotta, let's bring the temperature down on this, okay?
My temperature is up, and it is staying up! Yeah. You see, that's why he's working here and not over there. Oh, got himself all signed up and everything. And then got a dishonorable discharge. Couldn't keep his hands to himself.
Lotta, Please.
I don't care about your kind of friend. Well, that's if I'm the same guy, and I'd say that makes me pretty liberal. That makes me the most liberal dog around here. But I will not. Repeat, not be told by you or anyone else what I can say and not say. Keep secret and not keep secret. You are what my grandmother would spit on and call a failure. But I beg, because I don't care what you are or who you do it with. What I care about is that you're a hypocrite! Get out of my way! Hey, buddy. Feel better?
Yes, thank you.
Good!
I think I'm gonna skip out on dinner tonight.
I'm confused. Why did Lana call Woody a hypocrite? I heard from the hallway. Well, you see, Betty, it's like this. While most men are attracted to women in the romantic and physical sense, some men are attracted to one another. In fact,
I already knew Woody's a homosexual.
you did?
Of course. Isn't it obvious?
Well, yes, to me, and I thought only to a few others. Surely, did you?
Oh, I knew.
Well, Betty, perhaps everyone knew. I'm just surprised that you did.
Well, they have homosexuals in Wisconsin. My Uncle Chester met his friend, Alan, during the first big war. And as soon as it was over, they moved to Milwaukee together. They sell antiques.
And how does your family feel about all that?
Oh, they love Alan. Oh, my dad will always say,
I don't know if that's what God intended, but that's what God ended up with.
and whenever they send postcards, my mom will say we got mail from Uncle Alan and Auntie Chester.
No, I think I may have been all wrong about Wisconsin.
Betty, how did you know about Woody?
Oh, well, he's the only man I've ever met in New York who looks at me up here when he talks to me, not down here.
That'll do it.
I'm gonna go find him and tell him how happy I, a tramp, am to be friends with a queer.
Quiet at last. Well, now we know how Bud was able to get us all so cheap. We've all got secrets that make us unemployable. I'm fresh out of the asylum. Betty's pregnant. Well, not that Bud even knows that one yet. Woody is his, well, his way. And Lana's a floozy. You're not hiding anything, are you?
I'm a colored woman pretending to be a white woman, pretending to be a lizard woman on the radio. Those are all the secrets I have, I'm afraid.
I think that someday there will be heroes of all colors, all shapes and sizes, and no one will think twice about it.
When do you think that might be?
I don't know.
So long as the world is run by people like Bud, and so long as people like you, Woody, and me need checks from people like him, I don't see much changing.
Well, don't you think things have improved for Negroes?
I'm not a slave. That's an improvement. I'm not at risk of getting lynched anytime soon. That's an improvement. But I am a very talented singer who can't get work while some very mediocre white singers can. That's some improvement I'd like to see. Some colored superhero on a radio show? That can come later.
Did you forget something? Maybe some slur you could hurl at one of us that slipped your mind before? No. Then what do you want?
I feel bad. I came back to apologize. I said some things that I didn't mean.
Well, good. If you had meant that you'd be a monster.
I am not a monster, just hot-tempered.
You know, sometimes, and this is one of them, you are just like your character. You drop bombs and then fly away, oblivious to their destruction.
My dad always used to say, Mildred, maybe the reason that you put your foot in your mouth so often is because you're hungry all the time. I'm sorry. I came back to apologize. And also the elevator is broken. I couldn't go nowhere.
You could have taken the stairs.
That is exercise, and that is an automatic no-go. Where's Woody?
He made a graceful exit. Then he went after him.
Woody and I have been friends for a long time. We tease each other all the time, sometimes too harsh. But he has always been there for me. I shouldn't have said you weren't in that house.
It was true.
Still, I shouldn't have said.
Well, I appreciate that. Not to worry. Woody will gather his wits. We'll all come back Monday and you can apologize to him then. We'll muddle through this thing with blood. The ladies of liberty will ride again.
I am not so good at apologizing, so I'm sorry. Come back to give me what for?
No. Elevator's broken.
Yeah, that's what kept me here too. I don't take stairs.
Happy to push you down them.
I would deserve that. I really didn't mean what I said.
I've said my share of things.
Let's make a truce. You don't call me fat, and I don't call you fruit.
Deal. I'm happy to open my invitation for dinner, though it won't be very celebratory.
Well, of course it will. Betty's having a baby and we are all thrilled for her.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry again. Please, I'm starving and eating for 2. 3 if it's twins. Oh God, what if it's twins?
Don't worry about that yet. Celeste, right. Tonight, we celebrate. Everybody?
Well, I ain't so hungry after all of my yelling, but I'll tag along.
Excellent. Now let's see if we can jimmy this elevator into working again, and we will eat and drink our sorrows away. Margaret, what's wrong? What happened?
What is it, dear? What, dear? What is it?
He's dead. He's dead.
Oh, Bud, good riddance.
Laura! Margaret, calm down. What's happened? Who's died?
Well, just spit it out already. Not literally.
Margaret, what is it? What's happened? Who's dead?
Oh, countless charades. How many syllables are in
Ready? Please. No. Let him do it. I'm good at that game. Oh, dear. Well, I hope it's not Frank Sinatra.
Why would it be Frank Sinatra?
Well, it would be just my luck that he would die and I haven't had his baby yet.
Smitty, could you tell us what happened?
What is that?
It's news copy from the wire. President Roosevelt has died this afternoon. President Roosevelt is dead.
He's dead. No.
Listen, what's happened?
The president has died.
Yuck. Why, good morning, Smitty. How are you doing today? Well, it looks very clean in here. You do a good job.
Well, thank you.
Smitty, you talked. I didn't know you could.
Well, normally I don't, but me, I do.
Well, you have a lovely voice. I hope to hear it more often.
Mrs. Dubray.
Sweet Lord.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
All right, dear. I just didn't see you there. My goodness, if I were a cat, I think I would have taken one of my 9 lives. What are you up to?
The morning news runs a few minutes short. I play classical music to put the time. I spend that time listening and reading the family. Those are my favorite times.
Did you like classical music? Or because that means the war is quieter than usual and there's less news?
Both, I think. My brother's a captain in the army. I worry every day. But no news is good news, correct?
So I've always heard. What a week we've had. President's funeral, another state's office, progress in Europe. We deserve a break from the news. If only for a few hours.
Amen. Do you need the studio to yourself?
Oh no, I was just gonna warm up my voice. I get nervous, so I over-prepare.
It's very admirable. Stennis practices often, but to little avail, and Miss Bender practices all the time and doesn't need to.
Well, I think Miss Dennis will, she'll improve with time. She may not speak with clarity, but she does so with marvelous sincerity.
It's a generous assessment. It's been over a year now. Do you think more time will make a difference?
Time always makes the difference.
Certainly stand still for now. It's almost rehearsal time. I'll get some coffee.
Wait,
I almost forgot to ask, how did this morning?
same as they all go. We show up to a new bank or store, stock exchange, do our bit, sign autographs. It's kind of fun. My country 'tis of the sweet land of liberty. What an amazing deal on this pimento road.
That was a very dignified activity for a talented film actress.
Well, I'm beyond dignity at this point. Besides, it's probably only for a few more weeks or months anyway. The Mighty Men will be back on the air. I have a sneaking suspicion we won't.
Time will tell.
Don't you know everything?
Not everything. There's one thing I don't know. It's what goes on in Mr. Taggart's mind from day to day. I hope you're sure that's going to.
Why is that?
I like it. Here's a letter I think you'll enjoy. From one of the fans. I'll get that coffee.
That lady gives me the creeps. Hey, Celeste, did you have any trouble getting up here?
No, why?
The elevator's on the fritz again. Me and Cheryl got stuck in there for maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, must have been frightening.
And hot. After about minute 5, I had to open up my blouse. Good thing it was just me and Cheryl.
Oh, yes. An elevator operator can die on the spot from a heart attack.
Hey, my bazooms have not killed anyone yet. Knock on wood.
Made in America, reporting for duty and ready to rehearse. Fellow ladies of liberty.
And I shall represent the Friends, Romans, and countrymen. Actually, today, I hear I'm playing a pirate.
Today is the day that the ladies compete in that boring cake contest. What is a pirate doing there?
I don't know, but, I've decided that he talks like this. Ahoy, matey! Give me a delicious bite of that baked Alaska! Arr!
That is perfect! There is this homeless lady in my neighborhood sounds just like that. She even looks like the sea hack from Popeye.
My landlady looks like Bluto. Beard and everything.
Just now got to look at your costume, Betty. You're a knockout.
Thank you. I told the costumer my little secret, and he gave me an empire waist, so it would take longer for me to start showing. I think I have another month or two before I have to start explaining things.
Well, good stuff.
Oh, shall we get started?
Yeah.
Carl's not here. Can't start without Foley.
Well, if we knew we were going to start late, we could have gotten out of our costumes, right?
He'll be here. But how do you suppose he'll make the sound of cutting cake on a Foley tape? I mean, what does cutting cake even sound like?
I don't know about that, but I can make the sound of cutting cheese. Ooh, Betty can make the cheese and I can cut it!
If Lotta starts cutting cheese again, I'm getting back in that elevator.
How did you survive getting stuck in there with her shirt?
Easy. I followed her mother's advice. I closed my eyes and I thought of Queen Victoria. A job's a job.
You know, getting stuck with me ain't so bad. You know, Walter Sleezak and I got stuck in a phone booth once for 45 minutes. One thing led to another.
Thank you, Lotta. Your imagination was already scandalized by the time you said phone booth. And besides, that's a lie. Walter Sleezak would touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, shows what you know. He did touch me with his 10-foot pole. In the phone booth, right there on Hollywood Boulevard, right in front of Grauman's Chinese. Although, come to think of it, maybe it was Adolf Manchu.
Laura, there is a considerable difference between Walter Sleezak and Adolf Manchu.
Well, they've both got accents. So what? It's one of them.
For all you know, it could have been Gandhi.
Oh, Gandhi.
You should check him out. He's famous. He's got a foreign accent, and he doesn't wear many clothes.
Oh, sounds like my kind of guy. Is there a business guy?
Coffee's ready. I'll be back with the scripts.
Every time she comes in, I gotta check and see if I keep myself a little bit.
I'll serve. Who wants coffee?
Oh, none for me, thank you. I've heard coffee stunts a baby's growth.
I had coffee all the time growing up. Didn't stunt me none.
I'll have something. Black.
Me too. A little milk if you have it.
Cream and 6 sugars for me.
Does that leave any room whatsoever for a coffee?
Well, I like my coffee how I like my men.
How's that? Cold and white?
No, sweet and cheap.
What Noel Coward is doing writing witty comedies without your assistance, I just do not know.
No coward. successful playwright? I've heard of him. Do you think he'd be interested? No bother.
I think he likes his men the way you like your coffee.
Ah, rats. Another one for your team.
Hey, if we can't have Clark Gable, we'll take what we can get.
We may not get Clark Gable, but from what I hear from credible sources, we've got Cary Grant.
Why, there you are, my good man. I almost resorted to calling the authorities to make an inquiry as to your disappearance. Celeste was just about to regale us on a sordid story about Cary Grant, which I desperately hope is true.
Well, then we'll have to wait until after rehearsal. What's in the box?
Well, I wasn't thrilled when Bud told me he wanted you all doing something boring and housekeeping like a cake baking contest. So, I asked Vera to make something a little special to make it go down easier. Actual cake!
She's a saint, Carl. You married a saint. You don't deserve her.
She tells me as much every day.
Well, I'm sure it's delicious, Carl. Oh, wow. That's very sweet of you.
Well, I felt bad writing a bunch of boring plot lines for you all. It's the least I could do.
Well, it's not your fault. You were given marching orders.
On the bright side, last week I got to take down a mother who had stolen Made in America's purse. It ain't killing Nazi death bags, but better than nothing.
And I miss Swampfire and some of the other villains from before. But I have enjoyed playing the rude crossing guard who suspects everyone's secret identity is that she's no lizard lady, but as I always say,
A job's a
job. I guess I do always say that.
At least once.
So, raise your mugs or whatever you have for a toast. To you, the versatile, flexible, elegant, beautiful, good sports.
Come on, Carl. We need to rehearse.
To you, the ladies of liberty.
And to President Truman.
To President Truman.
And to the troops overseas.
Yeah, even the one that knocked out Betty.
What?
No, it's okay. We should raise a glass or cake to him, too.
Well, would y'all look at that cake, huh? What's the occasion?
Well, the lovely Mrs. Hiller baked us a cake. We're so bored with what
Since we are so bored with having nothing to complain about, and to celebrate our cake baking contest, I just can't wait for Mega Woman to power the oven with just a touch of her electrified hand.
Oh, good. I'm glad she liked it. I hope you all liked it because I bring with me some good news and some news that ain't so good.
And what might that news be?
The good news is the show is canceled.
What?
That's the good news?
Criminy, that was the bad news. I messed it up. I'm not in public speaking. Nah, it's time to pull the plug. That's the bad news. The good news is the Mighty Men are coming back. Well, most of them anyway. Philip, Ted, and Dick will be back next week. Myron's got another few weeks probably, but we can have Woody stick around and do Colonel Rushmore until he's back. What do you say? You think you can do Myron's part for a month or so?
Well, yes, but...
That's what I wanted to hear.
What does that mean for the rest of us?
Well, you did your part. You put on a great show while the guys are off. Fortunately, they're all coming back in one piece, and we can get the real show back on the air.
But we're a hit. You said so yourself. We do as well as the Mighty Men do. You said we had a chance to stay on if we did good.
Yeah, well, it turns out having two superhero shows on the same station ain't exactly in our best interest. Look, everybody, it's just business, but you all have a shot at staying, huh? You get to go back to writing for them. You ladies are welcome to put in for some of the supporting roles. Damsels in distress, nosy secretaries, that kind of thing.
Is this the owner's decision? Or yours?
Mr. Smith owns 10 stations, not just this one, plus an oil field or two. I don't gotta run every decision past him, and I ain't gonna start today.
But I've worked on a lot of gigs with a lot of actors. And there's something real special about this team. You said it yourself. We get thousands of fan letters.
From kids, Woody, from children. They don't buy no cleaning products. They don't buy no soap, no cleanser.
What if we stayed on? What if we combined forces with our fictional husbands to create an even bigger,
I could
even
write
better
that.
heroes?
That would be even bigger and expensive. I don't know about even better.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Look, everybody, the war is winding down. While it was going on, everybody had to make do. Less steel, less groceries, less everything. We did our best, and we made do with all of you. But it's time for the women to step aside so the men can come home and get back to work.
Well, Bud, speaking as a man, I have to disagree.
Woody, I always liked you. You're good at what you're doing, I respect it. I don't think you're the kind of guy who should be speaking on behalf of all men. You find my saying so.
So what are you saying, Bud? Is there something you'd like to say about the kind of man I am?
You really gonna go through this? In front of everybody? You're pushing my buttons now, Woody.
I'm not trying to push any buttons, Bud. It's just that we've worked so hard on the show, and we've given you a hit. If you could be reasonable for just one
It's
second...
not my job to be reasonable. It's my job to tell you what your job is and what their jobs are. You think this was the only show I produced, but we got more than a dozen. And I spend all my time in here soothing hurt feelings and stroking egos. Now I told you the score. The show is canceled. You have one more week. Carl's gonna tie things up and get ready for the mighty men coming back, and that's it. Shut your mouths and keep your heads low, and maybe there's more work opportunities for you, eh? In the meantime, I give the orders around here. Not a bunch of broads and not some washed up fairy.
Take that back.
Huh?
That wasn't nice. Take it back.
Betty, you don't have to...
I take it back! I said.
I ain't taking nothing back. I said what I need to say, and I'm leaving. Finish your work, come back Monday, we'll wrap things up.
Take it back.
You listen here. I've been patient all I can, but I got bigger fish to fry than this costume party girly show, huh? I don't take orders from him. I don't take orders from them. And I sure as hell don't take orders from some two-bit, no-talent tot from Ripple shit, or Tinsel Dick, or wherever it is you're from, Wisconsin. Christ!
David Niven! What? The guy from the phone booth with the accent? I just remembered who it was that was taking it. Is that all you can say? I can see the writing on the wall. He has made up his mind, and there ain't nothing any of us can say to change it.
Carl, maybe there's something you could do. Perhaps if you wrote our characters into the
You
first
heard the
line-
man. He means what he says.
But he can't possibly be serious. I mean,
Shirley's right. A job's a job. I'm sorry.
we'll give it a few days. The weekend. Then maybe
Since
we
when
can-
do you care all of a sudden? Is she okay?
Betty, honey, are you all right?
You don't look so good. She don't look so good.
I've got a bromo fizz in my purse.
Betty, dear, Shirley has a bromo fizz. Are you okay?
I am not from Ripple shit, Wisconsin. I am not from Tinsel Dick, Wisconsin. I'm from Winneconne, Wisconsin.
Okay, we believe you. You okay in there? You who?
In the native Indian tongue, Winneconne means place of skulls.
No, she don't sound good neither.
I was born there. My parents were born there. My grandparents were born there.
That's fascinating, dear, but perhaps if you just
Give me
sat
some
down-
money.
What's that?
Give me some money.
What are you gonna
Give me money!
mercy, what's come over her?
Well, it turns out she was born in the place of schools, so that might be a good one.
It was terrible to think she was saying the worst words. Oh, do not pull on me here! There is cake!
Oh, well then, there went the cake. Roll up now.
Whoa, no, she can't. Margaret Green. Hold it together.
What happened in here?
Well, Bud said some not so nice things and she just snapped.
She was always so mousy, I would never suspected.
Well, she is from Wisconsin, and you do not mess with a Wisconsin mouse cheese.
And another thing, I'm pregnant.
There. Betty? Yes, Celeste?
Where's the cake?
Cake.
The cake that was right there a few moments ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. My memory's a little foggy. Did I do something with that cake?
Yes.
Oh, let me think about it. There it is.
I have never in my life hit a woman. And as tempting as it is, I ain't gonna stop today. But you are fired. You are fired. Yous are fired. And you good for nothing, knocked up tramp, you are fired. You ain't fired. But get out of here. Now all of you, get your things and get out of the building, show or no show. If I gotta whistle Dixie for 15 minutes every day for a week until the next show's ready, that's what I'm gonna do.
I am so sorry. I don't know what came over me.
It's like the whole world went dark for a moment.
I could hear someone speaking, but I couldn't tell what they were saying.
It's like it wasn't me or something.
It was a splendid performance, Betty. I couldn't have done Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde better myself.
I don't know what ungodly things you said to him, but I'm sure it was what we all wished we could say.
Well, don't nothing here belong to me, so I'm gonna hit the road. It's been real nice, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. What do you expect, waterworks? I wasted all my tears on this show last week. Now, if you'll excuse me, this ain't the first gig I've been fired from. It's not gonna be the last. I'm almost late for getting fired from my next gig.
Well, I've never been fired from a job. And I'm not ready to leave this one.
You've got a movie career to go back to. What do you care about some dinky-doo 15-minute radio show?
Have you ever read A Tale of Two Cities?
That a book?
Yes, Lotta, it's a book.
Well, then I ain't never read it. Although, back when I was doing burlesque, we did have a routine called The Sale of Two Cities.
Lord, Lotta.
A novel by Charles Dickens. And the character of Sidney Carton. Oh, my heavens, Lotta. But you are vulgar. Just when I think you've hit rock bottom, you pull out a shovel and dig.
I am vulgar, and I am cheap. But y'all gonna miss me, am I right?
Yes. Yes, I will. See, A Tale of Two Cities is my favorite book. And it has one of the greatest endings of all time. Sidney Carton has made a noble sacrifice, choosing to die in the place of a rival he resents but respects. As he readies himself for the guillotine, oh, steels himself, awaiting the unforgiving blade. He says, well, you've played this role before, Woody. Take it away.
It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known.
Bravo.
I appreciate the memory trip down memory lane to 8th grade English class. Well, what has that got to do with anything?
I don't like this ending.
I don't think Bud cares one way or another what we like and what we don't.
Be that as it may, this isn't how the Ladies of Liberty should end. Mid-sentence, mid-moment, unfinished.
This is quite a turnaround. You know, not too long ago, you did whatever Bud told you to do.
She's right, Celeste. Don't get me wrong. I like to see the fighting spirit. But why the sudden change of heart? Last week you called us all cartoons.
Dear ladies of Liberty, my name is Anne, and I'm 9 years old. I live in Jersey City, and I listen to your show every day. My least favorite day is Sunday, because your show doesn't run on Sunday. But that's okay, because my mommy and I have to act out the scenes from last week. And it helps pass the time between Saturday and Monday. I don't get to do very much. Because I'm in a wheelchair. So, I don't have a lot of friends. You are just like my friends. And that's good enough for me. Can't walk. But when I listen to the Ladies of Liberty, I feel like I can fly. Your friend, Annie Nelson. Jersey City.
I've seen the size of the mailbags as they came in. Never thought to read any of them. There must be hundreds like this.
Thousands.
What do we do? There's nothing to do.
Could we move to another station?
I have known Bud Taggart for a long time. He will waste no time in blacklisting us.
Plus, he runs the show.
We can beg him to keep us on for another week.
I don't know if you remember kicking his clock a few minutes ago, but I don't think there's any begging left to be done. Besides, the Ladies of Liberty don't beg. Do we?
No. We don't.
That's right.
So I propose a final mission for the Ladies of Liberty. One so bold, so essential, so important, that none could blame us for the crimes we'll probably have to commit in order to pull it off.
What are you talking about?
One last show. On our own terms. Not the show that some soap company wants to hear. The show our country needs. I don't know how we'll do it, but we have to. For our young friend Annie Nelson from Jersey City.
For President Truman.
For President Roosevelt, God rest him.
For my unborn illegitimate child.
For the boys over there, fighting for America over there. Them that I've been with, them that I haven't met yet. But how could we do another show?
Well, I'm sorry to have to do this, but Bud told me to come in and collect your costumes and scripts, and to tell you, and this is a quote, get the ever-loving hell out of this GD station.
Margaret, I've heard you know a lot about this radio station.
Yes, ma'am.
I've heard that you could even run this station in the absence of its managers and owners.
Yes, ma'am. I know every button and switch. I know how everything works.
Marvelous. Now I have a question for you, and I ask that you not throw up when I've asked you. Can you manage, dear?
I'll try.
Good then. Now, how would you like to produce your very own broadcast? One special, final, Ladies of Liberty.
Anything. I would do absolutely anything.
Hey, you didn't throw up. She didn't throw up.
Oh, that's right, she didn't. Good girl, that's what I was hoping you'd say. Now, there's a very special task with which we need your help, if you're willing to do it for us. With us.
What is it, Mrs. Dubray? I mean, Celeste. What are we going to do?
We are going to kill Hitler.
The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Molly, written by Don Quinn, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Here's My Heart. We hear a lot these days about IQ, you know, your intelligence quotient. It's a test the psychologists have developed for measuring your mental powers. Well, I'm going to stick my neck out and install a new one. I'll call it your HIQ. Let's say housekeeping IQ. And my first question is, in how many ways do you use Johnson's Wax to reduce housework, especially to make spring house cleaning a much easier job? Do you Johnson's Wax your floors regularly? Then, they not only clean with rich beauty that makes your entire home more attractive, but they save you work all year. And they're not an extra chore at spring cleaning time. But floors are only part of the Johnson's Wax labor-saving story. You should wax your furniture and woodwork, your windowsills and radiator covers, your pantry shelves and refrigerator, your picture frames and lampshades, your leather articles and luggage. When all these things are regularly wax beautified and wax protected, then you really haven't a spring cleaning problem at all. And old Professor Wilcox will give you a very high HIQ rating. You can thank me by buying some genuine Johnson's Wax from your dealer this week.
I misspent my youth in and out of reformatories. And last year, this mob boss that I was dating stuffed me into the trunk of his 1942 Lincoln Zephyr and rolled me into the Hudson. I would have been fish food if it hadn't been for a toothpick that had rolled down my blouse after dinner.
Why on earth did... Never mind.
It's Margaret.
Oh, she's last. Woody arrives. Confirms that bus at dinner a few walks away. Celeste arrives, confirms that the newspapers are downstairs. And then Margaret arrives. Gets the doors locked and the studio switched from A over here to C.
What's happened in Studio A?
Only my very favorite radio show in the history of forever! Bob Hope's Pepsi Show. Oh, I just adore Mr. Hope. I toured with him once on the USA.
Whoa. Wait. You're telling me that Bob Hope is in Studio A?
WHIC just carries the Pepsi Show. It's produced somewhere else and broadcast here.
Oh, well, that's a relief. If I thought Bob Hope was in the building, I could have worn a more
Took me longer than expected, but don't worry. But it's 10 blocks away, sitting at a table at the Brooks. Think I'm gonna show up any minute to apologize and beg for my job back.
So who else do we have to worry about?
Just Chip the night manager, but Margaret's got a plan for him.
Good evening, compatriots.
How'd you do?
I've got reporters from the Sun, the Times, the Post, the Herald Tribune, and the World Telegraph all sitting on the sidewalk. They don't know what's going to happen, just that something's going to happen. And they're all tuned in to WHIZ.
Excellent.
Now we just have a few more minutes, so is everyone in costume?
I'm ready.
Sometimes I sleep in mine.
Come on now, Shirley, let's see what you've got.
Oh my! Shirley, you're beautiful.
Check out Cleopatra.
Close, but not quite.
That's amazing, Shirley. Where did you get it?
It helps to have friends in the opera world. If this is to be my swan song as a performer, I wanted to go out in style.
Well, don't worry. I've assembled plenty of photographers as well. If we're to go out in handcuffs, we'll look fabulous.
Margaret Kim reporting for duty!
You look perfectly, compellingly hard. Is everything ready?
Yes, at exactly 10 p.m. I'll flip the switch and we'll go live in here and we'll go quiet Studio A. Then once Chip realizes something's wrong, he'll try to get back on the air, but he won't be able to. And the door's locked from the outside, so he won't be able to get in until we're all done.
What's to stop him from switching things out in Studio B?
All the switches he needs are right here.
Perfect! All right, it's 9:58, so it's almost showtime. Looks like we've thought of everything. Not everything!
Was she scary?
No.
Oh dear, the jig is up.
You're gonna tell us, aren't you? You're gonna tell us, aren't you?
The jig isn't up. And I'm not going to tell on you or kill you because I never saw you. I came in to check on you, told everybody was still there. Everything looked normal, and then I went home.
You're helping us.
Why? In a few reasons, I suppose. One is that I believe in things being fair. Another is that I've worked with my tiger for a long time. I've grown weary from treating women poorly, myself included. And third, Celeste.
She likes the show.
Exactly. So, as I say, I'm going home. I can see you here. And after I leave, you'll have to take the stairs because the elevator will be jammed.
Why?
Because you're on the 17th floor. If the elevator's jammed, it'll buy you more time once they realize what you're doing.
Well, how do you know how to jam an elevator?
That has me jam the elevator every time his wife shows up in the lobby. He's got some woman out.
That elevator jams a lot. Are you telling me that every time we get stuck in there, it's like...
But how did you know how to do that? And how did you know that we would be here doing all this? Because she knows everything, that's why. Oh!
Okay, it's almost 10 now, so everyone take these. There's no time to read through, so does everyone basically remember the plot?
No.
Sort of. Great. Just pay close attention and do your best. And lock the door. Everyone, it's places. Margaret, get on headset and pull the switch whenever it's time to go.
Fibber McGee is winding down about 5 seconds. Are you guys ready? 5, 4, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we interrupt Bob Hope and the Pepsin Show to bring you a very special broadcast. The finale of a saga months in the making. Tonight, the exciting conclusion of The Ladies of Liberty.
Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shores. Send these
We are the Ladies of Liberty!
With our great global conflict winding down and the mighty men returning home after one final secret mission, the Ladies of Liberty are forced to consider their future.
Dear friends, with the war coming to an end and our husbands returning, what shall we ever do with our time?
Well, Mega Woman, it'll be nice to have a husband's home, but I've gotten used to the real life of a superhero, like being Bombshell. And I like being made in America. I don't know if I can go back to the old housewife lifestyle after tasting the freedom and purpose of the superpowered life.
Perhaps we don't have to give it up. Perhaps we can do both. Live as we wish as heroes, while still enjoying equal partnerships with our husbands and balanced duties maintaining our homes.
That'd be swell, Mega Woman. Yeah, Mega Woman. That would be pheromones. Phenomenal. That would be phenomenal. I meant phenomenal.
Yes, made in America, phenomenal is right. We shall continue our work as heroes, fighting alongside our husbands when it pleases us, and as our own team, when a mission requires talent that only the Ladies of Liberty can provide.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the globe, Adolf Hitler curses the mighty men and all of our brave soldiers who have pushed the evil Axis into nearly total defeat. Curses! We are almost entirely destroyed by the Allied forces. And those American scum. See, mighty men! But, Hail Hitler, there is still hope. We have been developing a secret bomb so powerful it can wipe out New York, Washington, and the mighty men in one fell swoop. Excellent! We may yet be able to turn the tide of this war and rule the world in a glorious Nazi paradise. When will this bomb be ready? We will need another 24 hours to finish it. Then it will be ready to launch. Excellent! Meanwhile, back at the Liberty Lair, a special device detecting any spikes in radiation levels in Axis-controlled territories starts to beep.
What's that sound, Bombshell?
Yeah, and that is my radio amoeba telling me that someone is using large amounts of radioactive material for a weapon over in Berlin, and whatever it is, it's big!
How big?
Big enough to take out the eastern seaboard!
Oh no! With our husbands out of reach, we'll have to take care of this menace on our own. Ladies of Liberty, are you ready for the challenge?
You betcha! I was born, Beatty!
What's that, made in America?
I mean, I was born ready. I'm so sorry.
I'm afraid we're going to need some extra help for this assignment. Even if we locate the weapon in time, we may not be able to destroy it by ourselves. Thank goodness we have a secret weapon of our own, made in America. Give me the Liberty Line!
A few minutes later, a special telephone rings in the heart of the Ethiopian jungle. A tall, stately, beautiful black woman rises from her golden throne to answer it.
It is I, the Queen of Sheba.
Your Majesty, this is Megawoman with the Ladies of Liberty.
Ah, yes, old friend. How can I help you?
We're headed to Berlin to stop a catastrophic threat. But we need a hand from someone already on that side of the planet. How do you feel about helping us get rid of Hitler once and for all?
It will be my pleasure to help the Ladies of Liberty in any endeavor. I shall assemble my warrior princesses and be ready on the border of the German occupation.
Oh, thank you. We shall be forever in your debt.
You owe us nothing, Megawoman. The fight for freedom and for the forces of good is everyone's fight. If Africans and Americans are to be regarded as equals, we must all do our part and treat one another based on what is inside, not on what is outside.
And suddenly an ugly, hideous Nazi goon appears, seemingly out of nowhere, and threatens to put a stop to the Ladies of Liberty's noble plan.
He's here. What happened?
Follow it though. I recognize this goon. It is Adolf Hitler's cousin, Gustav, Wolfgang, Hitler. Be gone,
twice removed. None shall pass.
You asked for it. I'm going to zap you. I said you asked for it. I'm going to zap you now. Zap! Now! Zap!
And Adolf's cousin is fried like an egg, defeated by the mighty Mega Woman. And some electroshock therapy he'll never forget. And the ladies should really get their plan moving if they're going to defeat Hitler in time.
Yes. We should move very quickly if we're to complete our mission before Cousin Hitler comes back to life or something. Now, ladies, let's go. Oh, what the hey?
Another outage? Now? No, let's flip the circuit. He's trying to stop us.
So it's all over?
No, look. He can stop everything but the signal. It's on its own power source in case of an emergency. So keep going.
But it's so dark, I can't even spread.
We'll have to improvise. Just sit back and pick up Queen Victoria, huh?
Mega Woman, tell us more about your plot to kill Hitler. That was the plan, right? Killing Hitler?
Yes, that sounds like a grand idea. Yes, killing Hitler is a very high priority. And if I recall, we must first destroy a bomb. A big bomb. So big!
And so I guess the Queen of Sheba maybe magically appears in Germany or something. Yes! Old black magic! So next is for the Ladies of Liberty and their friends converge on Nazi Germany, where I guess Hitler is waiting for them. Sound good?
And Bombshell brings the bombs of her own.
And Made in America has been exercising and eating lots of vitamin-rich cheese, so she's in fantastic fighting form. What are you doing? I come from cheese! Cheese is what I know!
And so the Ladies of Liberty, along with their friends from Africa, converge on Nazi Germany, where Hitler is waiting for them with that big bomb that was mentioned earlier. I see on our Nazi radar equipment that the Ladies of Liberty have come to stop me in a vain attempt with my evil plans. I shall wait here, in my secret cave, and when they knock down my big door, I shall vaporize them with my secret this way that I've also been working on, in addition to the big bomb. Yes, this way.
Come, ladies. We've assembled here at the secret Hitler cave. And Adolf and his evil henchmen are hiding inside somewhere. Now, if I recall correctly,
Mega Woman, would you like me to use my telepathic powers to knock down the big door to Hitler's lair?
Yes, Queen of Sheba, that sounds like a capital idea. Especially considering I can't remember the actual plan offhand.
By all the powers of Black Africa, I command the door to open. My friends, I am concentrating very hard, but it is not working. I'm going to need the help of everyone.
I'll help, Queen of Sheba. Yeah, me too, Your Majesty.
We'll all help, Queen.
It's working, it's working.
And so the Ladies of Liberty use their combined strength to lift the giant iron door that separates them from Hitler and his death ray, along with the big bomb made up of hydro-neutro-gigatonium and pure evil.
Oh, we gotta hurry up. We gotta hustle, ladies. Hitler's on to us!
Yes, that's right. Hitler knows that the Ladies of Liberty are here. It seems as though there are a few precious moments until he stops their plan once and for all. The ladies should really get cracking now.
Page 17. Your number's up, Hitler. You've caused the world untold pain and suffering, and we've had enough. The war is won. Our men are coming home. And you've breathed your last. What do you have to say for yourself?
It is time for you to die, Ladies of Liberty. You see, I have been hiding this desert, waiting for the exact moment you would dare show your faces in my lair. And now, with the push of this button, When I push this button, my secret bomb is on its way, on that giant missile you see over there. The bomb is on its way to the United States, and with it, the destruction of the American government and millions of innocent people. It's too late. You lost.
We failed. If only our husbands, the Mightymen, were here, they would have succeeded.
Made in America, I used to believe that was true. That only our husbands, only men, could be heroes and save the day. But so can we, though the price will be high. Queen of Sheba, transport us into the air using your African powers. Between the four of us, maiden strength, bombshells, explosives, my electricity, and your magic, we can detonate that bomb and save the USA!
But we will be destroyed with the bomb!
I'm willing to make that sacrifice for America and the world.
So am I!
I too am prepared to offer my life to defeat this evil.
Yeah, me too!
Excellent, my most trusted, valuable friends. Now, Queen of Sheba, do it!
Alright, that's it. All of you get out now.
Thank goodness you're here! Marvel Man! We're at Hitler's mercy, and only a hero as powerful and strong and attractive as you could possibly save us all.
What?
That's right, Marvel Man. We've been waiting for you, mightiest of all mighty men.
Yeah, so mighty. We ain't never heard of you before.
Yes, Marvel Man. You are the mighty men's secret weapon. Praise the gods you are here.
Only someone as wise and wonderful as you could save such damsels in distress in such a perilous time.
Yes, Marvel Man. Only you can do it. Now, will you help us kill Hitler? With the world watching and thousands listening?
Yeah. I'm gonna get you, Hitler.
Then suddenly, Marvel Man knocks the death ray out of Hitler's hand, as well as the missile launch button. He picks them up and pushes the button, detonating the bomb harmlessly but spectacularly in the sky. And now Marvel Man stands over the trembling, evil Chancellor with the death ray pointed straight at him. And Hitler says, Marvel Man, I'm so very tired. Tired of hating. Tired of hating Jews, Catholics, gypsies, and homosexuals. Tired of hating anyone different from myself, based on what a person should look like, sound like, be like. Tired of seeing my face on every newspaper, on every newsreel, spouting bigotry and venom all about the master race. When all along the master race is all of us, the human race, with none better or worse, superior or inferior to another. It's too late for me. I realize that now. For I have cast about so much evil upon the earth. But it is not too late for you, ladies of liberty and mighty men. End the war, save the world, and heal the wounded heart of God's creation, love, courage, by teaching each and every young person that there is a hero within them.
So, Adolf,
You got any last words?
you's got any last words?
Yes, tomorrow is another day.
Do it, Marvel Man!
Be the trigger! Be the biggest hero the world has ever seen! menace once and for all.
Be a hero, Marvel Man. You will live in the legend.
Do it! Destroy me! And in doing so, save the planet!
Oh, hell with it. I am not gonna let this blowhard son of a bitch have all the fun. Bang, bang, bang! I shot you. Bang, bang! 2 more just to be sure. Dead Hitler. I killed you. Hitler's dead!
All right, that's all this bullcrap. This show is over, ladies. This is it.
I will say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we said at the twilight's last gleaming?
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the most bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our story. Thank you for tuning in to WHIZ and...
The Ladies of Liberty!
What's in the envelope? Godforsaken! Holy hell! How about you is this? Are you insane? Are you certifiably insane? That is an honest-to-God question, you crazy broads. I need answers, and I need them right now. Who's responsible for this?
I am, but Mr. Tackett, it was all my idea. Listen, I realize we're no longer employed by WHIZ, but in the
Oh, I'm glad you realize you're no longer employed here. Do you also realize you ain't never gonna be employed again by nobody, no how, ever? All of yous. You're washed up. Finished in New York, finished in Hollywood, finished all paths between them. By the time I'm done dragging your good for nothing names through every square inch of mud between Flippy Prick, Florida, and Wiggle Tits, Washington, you won't be able to get a job as a dog catcher, meter maid, a 5-cent gutter prostitute. Not even you, Lana.
I pay my bills.
Some of you should have been on your knees thanking me for what I did for you. Giving you jobs when nobody else would take the time to piss on you when you was on fire.
I think we'll just have to agree to disagree about that, Mr. Tackett. I would rather... We would rather starve than work without dignity.
Well, seeing as how nobody's gonna employ you, that's probably exactly what you'll do. Now, if you'll be so good as to make one last dramatic exit, I think there's some cops down in the lobby who'd like to ask you a few questions about how you got in here and what you were doing on somebody else's airwaves.
But, wait, I have a message for you.
Not now, no. Can't you see I'm in the middle of the street with a trash and cargo?
But, it's from Mr. Smith.
Who's Mr. Smith? Wait, that's Crowley Smith, the owner?
Yeah. I sent a telegram straight to the newsroom. Said he loved the show. Reminded him of the War of the World broadcast. That radio should be more fun.
More fun than Bob Hope?
Said he wants to keep Ladies Liberty on the air.
Let me see this telegram.
He also said he's headed straight here.
What? Here? Now? He's never come here before. Are you sure?
Yeah, and he said you'll recognize him when you see him.
Recognize him when I see him. What in the hell is that? Mr. Smith? Is Smitty?
Smitty and I have been friends for a long time now. Last year, he told me a secret. He's been hiding out as a janitor every now and then to see how his company's run.
But I thought, I mean, how did...
And
what
he
did-
thinks you're doing a great job running the station.
Really? It's such an honor, Mr. Smith. I'm so glad to finally meet you. I mean again. I mean as Mr. Smith. I mean as yourself. Is what Carl said true? You want to keep the ladies of liberty on the air? Of course, whatever you say, Mr. Smith.
Fabulous job. And keep up the good work. And you, bud. As usual.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you so much. Boy, I did not see that coming.
Yes, bud?
You see,
Yes.
the thing is,
Spit it out, Taggart!
looks like I got iron filings. I'm not used to eating crow, so don't make me beg. How would you all like to come back to work next week and keep on doing your show?
No!
Wait, what?
Mr. Taggart, nothing. And I mean nothing. Pleases me more than to hear you say that. But I can't think of a more fitting, more absurd conclusion to the Ladies of Liberty. Working with this ensemble, it's given me the confidence to give Hollywood another shot.
Woody?
I'm out too, bud. I think I'm going to try my hand at sports announcing. Seems like a good time to try something new.
Since when do you want to be a sports announcer?
I don't know, bud, but I've always had a thing for a man in uniform.
Betty Lotta?
Oh, that's real sweet, Mr. Taggart, but with the baby on the way, I figure it's a good time to start heading home. I'm a small town girl at heart, anyways.
And me? I don't gotta work. I'm rich.
What?
Yeah, I'm what you call independently wealthy. I'm loaded.
Then why have you been doing the show? Why have you been working at all?
Oh, why do you think? I love it. It's so much fun. And I don't want to do it if none of you are going to do it. I'll just go back to my townhouse and roll around in my money until something fun comes up.
Shirley?
Oh, I appreciate it, Mr. Taggart, and for you giving me work in the first place, even if it was for sounding like someone or something else. But no, I have a new job already.
That's marvelous. What is it?
I've taken a job with the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. I've decided to stop being invisible and start speaking up.
Oh, that's
Don't none of you want jobs here?
Don't worry, bud. I'm not going anywhere. I've got 20 Mighty Men scripts just ready to go.
Me either, Mr. Taggart. I've got all kinds of ideas for new shows.
That's just what we need around here, more big ideas. All right. You ain't gonna work here, you ain't gonna stick around. Get your stuff and get lost. You got 5 minutes. Mr. Smith! Mr. Smith!
Congratulations, everyone. I cannot believe you pulled this off.
We couldn't have done it without you, Carl.
Carl? What did Carl do?
Carl proved tonight that a story can solve a problem, if not end this particular war.
Wait,
He successfully passed off our friend Smitty as a reclusive millionaire.
What?
So, Smitty is...
Smitty is exactly who he has been since we started working here. A friendly janitor with a heart of gold. And a flair for show business, as it turns out.
And what if the real Mrs. Smith decides to pop in?
I don't know. I can't write the future, just the present.
Smitty's gonna retire soon, and I'm not that far off. Hopefully, you'll be long gone by then.
Celeste, you minx. Why didn't you tell us?
I didn't want to get our hopes up in case it didn't work.
Well, I couldn't have written a sillier plot myself.
You were ever my inspiration.
When you do head out to California, take a typewriter with you. Hollywood's got a lot less talented writers than you.
I couldn't.
Just think about it. On behalf of all the men and women in uniform, thank you all for killing Henry. Take care.
Well, this is it. The last of the Ladies of Liberty.
I prefer to think of it as a beginning. We may not continue, but but others will. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but
But soon, and for the rest of our lives.
Well, I wasn't trying to quote Casablanca.
Oh, it's so good, it's impossible not to quote Casablanca.
You know what we should do? We should go eat at Sardi's. You know, we could tell them that we are the Ladies of Liberty, and maybe they will put our picture on the wall. I'm buying.
Oh. How rich are you exactly?
In the word, stinking.
To Sardi's then. For drinks, caricatures, jokes, and stories.
I am buying the biggest bottle of wine.
Oh, seltzer for me. I hear alcohol is bad for me.
My mom was blitzed the entire time she was pregnant with me.
Another mystery solved.
There's probably still a bunch of reporters downstairs waiting to talk to us.
Everyone's invited.
There's also probably a bunch of cops.
Ooh, cops! Let's don't keep them waiting, ladies. Wait,
What is it?
Our story's over, but we can't end a story like this without some famous last words. Can we?
no, we can't.
Woody? Got anything for us?
Let me think. My only regret is I only have one life to live for my country. Either this wallpaper goes or I do! Oh no! It wasn't airplanes. 'Twas beauty that killed the beast. There's no place like home. Good night, sweet prince. Flights of angels sing thee to thy rest. And so, as Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, everyone. And as the Scarlett O'Hara once said,
Tomorrow is another day.
Woody went into sports announcing, just like he said he would. Even though he wasn't able to be public about who or what he was okay with that. When the boys came home from the war in 45, one of them came home to him.
Margaret stuck around WHIZ for a while, and this was another 36 years to be exact. So when women started running their own radio stations, Margaret was one of them.
Lana went home to her gorgeous townhouse and did exactly what she said she was going to do. She rolled around in all of the money. And then she put some of it to good use, bringing families across the Atlantic to America. And one of them was Carl's. And it is said when she passed away many, many years later, she was in the arms of a ridiculously attractive, much younger man.
Shirley quickly climbed the ranks of the NAACP and more than did her part to give a voice to communities that had been silenced. And while her professional acting and singing career was over, she did occasionally belt out one hell of a national anthem at some local baseball games.
Celeste returned to Hollywood, but did not appear in any more films. She heeded Carl's advice and took her typewriter with her, becoming a successful script doctor, polishing, finishing, and sometimes downright saving other screenwriters' plays. You can try and guess some of her biggest hits. They all tended to have great final scenes and famous last words.
Betty had a beautiful baby boy a few months later and named him Woodrow after his godfather. She returned to Wisconsin, where she helped her family cheese business. Her picture was on every label, on every piece of cheese sold, along with the slogan, "Tastes great because it's made in America." She even wore her old costume every now and then to promote the cheese. WHIZ threatened suit for copyright infringement, but nothing ever came. As the youngest cast member, she was the only one to live into the 21st century. And as a very old lady, she was escorted down the red carpet Hollywood premiere of the big screen adaptation of Ladies of Liberty at a time when it seemed like almost every other movie had superheroes in it. The movie wasn't very good, and she found it far, far too violent. But she was just so excited to be there. And all the famous actors in it made such a great big fuss over her. One time, she was back in New York, selling some cheese at a convention. It was in the mid-50s, I think. As the event was winding down, a young woman approached her.
Excuse me? Is it too late to get an autograph?
Oh, of course not. Made in America always has time for her fans. Oh, my. There are so many famous people in here. Katharine Hepburn, Jack Halley, Agnes Moorehead.
I have a special page in the front for Ladies of Liberty cast. All the rest, you're the last one.
Oh, there they are. Lana, Celeste, Shirley, and Woody. Oh, I miss them.
I made sure to leave space in case I ever got to meet you.
I shall have to make the most of it.
The show was not very long. It was very inspiring to me as a young girl.
We all need heroes, especially in dark times. It's hard to imagine anything darker than the war.
It's true. My fiance was stationed.
Oh, you're engaged. Congratulations.
Thank you. It'll be in August.
Oh, that's just great.
Charlie's a pilot. I've always wanted to fly. It seems I'll finally get my chance.
Well, I wish you the best of luck this August and beyond.
Thank you.
Let's see who to address this to. Annie, is it? I can't read Lotta's scrawl.
Yes, Amy Nelson.
To Annie Nelson. From Jersey City?
Yes. How did you know? Oh, Charlie's waving at me. We're always running late somewhere. I don't run so fast, so I better get a head start.
Of course, of course. There you go.
Thank you so much for everything.
Yes, of course. Thank you for everything. Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free.
The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me.
We lift our lamp beside